Slime Rancher was a groundbreaking title that redefined the cozy casual gaming genre. Its vibrant, colorful world, brimming with lovable, quirky slimes and characters, instantly won over players. It was a game that expertly blended exploration, adventure, and strategy, giving players numerous motivations, whether that meant tackling quests, navigating the unpredictable slime market, or experimenting with the many different slime mixes. Everything about this game was amazing, especially because it was so compact. This delicate balance of financial incentives and the thrill of discovery made every moment deeply satisfying. Everything about the original Slime Rancher was exceptional, earning it a widespread acclaim, no matter the player's tastes. Fast forward and we have Slime Rancher 2, the much anticipated sequel throughout the Rainbow Islands, a place shrouded in mystery, yet teeming with adventure. It just doesn't seem to sit well with me and many others for that matter. While I do hold the original Slime Rancher at high regard, with its gradual evolution during its early access period, something about this sequel feels off. Slime Rancher 2 feels strangely detached from its predecessor. The game takes bold risks, but in doing so, shifts away from the familiar charm and mechanics that made the original so endearing. While the game does introduce fresh concepts, there's a sense of loss, like the magic of the first game hasn't fully made the jump to this new installment. So with the original Slime Rancher, quests were integral to the experience, handed to you by researchers who would check on you daily. These tasks, or simple yet rewarding chores, pushed you to explore, to collect slimes, and to gather resources. Completing them not only provided you with a generous reward, but also stoked the desire to delve deeper into the world. The closeness of the map kept exploration both engaging and accessible, making it a joy to uncover new areas while staying immersed in the game from many different angles. Now, Slime Rancher 2, however, introduces a world that is vastly larger in scale. At first glance, this expansion seems like a positive change, yet the sheer size of this map is overwhelming, with disjointed layouts that make your navigation feel aimless. The vastness leads to frequent backtracking, especially before unlocking the teleporter and other upgrades, many of which feel useless. If you strip away all of the eye-catching visuals and the previous successes from the first game, the current state of this game reveals a disheartening truth. It's leaning more into being a sandbox more than an adventure. And don't get me wrong, that's perfectly fine, but in the current state the game offers few natural motivations because there's no overarching drive to push you forward. It often leaves the player needing to craft their own reasons to play the game themselves and making any progress, especially in the face of this unstable slime market. The sense of discovery and reward that characterized the first game has largely evaporated, just like these annoying water slimes that simply never want to produce blorts if you have more than 4. Instead of receiving immediate gratification for your efforts, Slime Rancher 2 now forces you to endure long, tedious farming for blueprints. Now, when you work to unlock these blueprints, they will also require additional time and material collection, which often feels like more of a chore than a reward. The progression feels unnecessarily drawn out, adding layers of effort without increasing satisfaction. It leaves you with more work and unmet expectations. Visually, Slime Rancher 2 shines well. Its world is much more lush, colorful, and vibrant than the original. However, at times the scenery can feel repetitive, especially during sunset, where the game leans too heavily on similar hues and lighting effects, causing the environment to lose much of its luster. You would expect the Rainbow Islands to be ever dynamic, but some moments it feels mediocre, as if the world is washed in a filter that dulls its potential. In this game, you will once again step into the shoes of Beatrix LeBeau as she explores a world teeming with both familiar and new slimes. The mechanics encourage you to dive right in and make the most of your time, whether you want to explore at your own pace or focus on specific objectives, which are once again more or less player-driven. The goal is yours to define. Without rigid objectives or a clear end game, the experience offers freedom, making it perfect for those who enjoy slow, low-pressure gameplay. If you're somebody who relishes in the zen of collecting slimes and gathering resources, you'll likely enjoy many hours of exploration. If you're somebody who craves structure and a sense of direction, the game's minimalistic approach may leave you feeling unfulfilled, just like I was. While you might stumble upon hidden secrets like a mysterious statue, the payoff is often less rewarding than you would expect. To unlock its potential, you will need to search for a specific slime, then harvest its plort and return to the statue, only to be led around to receive yet again another blueprint that requires even more material farming to build and use. I really can't say that I like this feature. Additionally, the game's platforming can be challenging, especially with the risk of falling into the ocean where any collected materials will be lost. While environmental threats are minimal, the game's occasional lag during gameplay can fully disrupt the experience. Slime Rancher 2 just didn't seem to click for me. Despite its undeniable cuteness and the smug charm of its slimes, the game just constantly falls flat when it comes to a meaningful reward and progression. After many years of updates through early access, it still feels unfinished, lacking any depth and polish that would make it worthwhile. The world still feels stagnant, and it's hard to shake the feeling that it's not going anywhere special anytime soon. This is a common issue with video game sequels. Sometimes a game doesn't need more features, it just needs more rewarding gameplay. If you haven't played the original Slime Rancher, I highly recommend checking that out instead. It offers a much more complete and satisfying experience. As for Slime Rancher 2, it is best put on the back burner for now, waiting for more significant improvements as the developers continue to work on it. The design choices they have made currently feel more tedious and drawn out than it needs to be. It almost feels like a developer's shift has stripped away much of the magic that made the first game so captivating. As a result, the game doesn't offer the same sense of excitement or satisfaction. While it certainly is charming in its own right, the gameplay ultimately falls short of recapturing the spark that made the original such a perfect game for everybody involved.